Baby Nova. I put, well, that big old plushie is Adeline's, but I put some toys next to her that kind of smell like Anais, and then some that smell like Rue, because Rue slept in the little bed with these ones. Those are nice toys, but she liked to be near them. See if that helps her. She can't eat or drink. I think something neurologically happened to her, like a stroke or brain tumor while I was gone, or something happened. Like, I have some videos I'm going to show the vet, but I'm just really convinced that it's something neurological. But she seems real comfortable. She's actually getting good heat from, the bed, so her belly's real warm. Hi, pretty girl. She's been sleeping a lot, very tired. And I hooked up the heater right here for my place, because I just have it facing her just for extra warmth, because I know one of her big troubles was, losing temp and stuff. Or, her first temperature reading when we brought her there was unreadable because it was so low. She was so close to death, but she's up in the normal range, so I just want to do everything I can from what I learned from them to keep her in a good place. So keep her warm. Fortunately, I can't hook her to IV fluids, but I don't know. I feel like we might wind up at the vet tomorrow or Tuesday. They said to do a 48-hour follow-up with the family vet anyway, but since I've noticed that she physically really wants to eat and drink and she just cannot, like her mouth won't do it, there's some kind of mental block. And then she does these weird mouth, motions, but I just wanted to show since her arm's out right here. So right here is where they had the IV catheter for 3 days, and then over here I noticed her neck's all shaved. So then I guess, I don't know what, I guess that was from, they were drawing blood from there. And this back leg, I don't know what is this? Yeah, I mean, it looks shaved, I guess, right? I don't know. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I see like a little, sorry, that's bright. I thought I saw kind of like a little, what is this? Yeah, it's definitely shaved. I see the funky edges. Yeah, this was where her IV catheter report was, and then they had taken blood from her back leg before we got there, so that was back here. It's a little wet. Anyway, sweet girl's home. She's just so tired and weak, and then I do notice that what is coming out of, there's something just, what is coming out of your mouth, baby? Okay, how are you feeling? She's very weak, she had jumped up on the bed once, but she tried earlier and she just couldn't do it. Sometimes, when we got her home, she just walked out of the crate and literally just fell over on her side. And then she started walking around just very drunk-like, just very wobbly, very uncoordinated, limp-like. I don't know. She seemed to be a little better, later in the afternoon with it. She gets up in her window and looks outside and, gets the fresh air and everything. I'm just, after seeing this, not eating, she'll literally put her face right up to the water. And, she'll try to put her arm in there. She wants the water so bad. Something's wrong. And then we brought her tuna and water, and she loves it. At the very least, at home, she would lick out all the juice, the water, the tuna water, and then, take a couple bites of tuna. She can't. And then I gave her one of those little, kind of juicy bonding treats. And she'll look at it and smell it, but she physically can't lick it. I don't know what's happening. And then she was just doing this kind of I think it's when she went to smell the the treat on the floor, she kind of like was just opening and closing her mouth real hard, and I don't know, having some kind of reaction. But it's just very strange. And I really have some, I think I have a really good idea. Like, I'm not a doctor, but just from what I've seen today, and in the emergency room, they kept her alive by giving her fluids and then keeping her warm and stuff. I feel like literally she didn't eat or drink because I can feel her spine. Not like super bumpy, but I can feel it. She's definitely lost. She wasn't chubby really or anything, but she's definitely lost more weight. I can just feel her bones more. I feel like she didn't eat or drink the whole week I was gone. And then, like, she wasn't eating or drinking in there. They said she took a sip of water from the bowl and also used the litter box, and that was part of the reason they let her go home. But I don't know if she actually licked it, because, I mean, she might have. They might have been, like, Hawkeye watching her, but she'll put her face right up to it, but she's not getting anything from it. So, and I'm not saying that, they lied to get her out of there. They saved her life. I mean, she was a big part of that. She saved her own life, but I mean, she can't live like this. Like, I would have to force water and food into her, like, or she'd have to be on an IV drip for the rest of her life. I don't know. Something happened in her brain, and there's a disconnect between the brain and the mouth. I know she can see, and another thing was like the gel-like substance that's been coming out of her eyes since I found her that day. And at first I was like, okay, it's tears because she's sad or scared or whatever, but it's not wet like water or tears. There's like a thickness to it, But I know she can definitely see, because she was like walking around the room, sniffing stuff, exploring, looking out the window, so she can see. I'm not sure that, I assume she was like sniffing stuff, but there's something going on with the mouth. I know it. And so anyway, there's a vet really close by that they have great reputation. Molly knows them, and so I have to call tomorrow anyway to make that 48-hour follow-up appointment. But and they were already contacted actually about all this while we were in San Antonio, and while things were at their worst, with the 10% chance to live and everything. And they told Molly, they said, I can't do surgery over the phone, but I can give advice, and just let me know what's going on. And it's basically like, all we know is her blood work's terrible and her kidneys are failing, and we don't know why, and she's super dehydrated, and like all this terrible stuff's happening. But then yesterday, it's like in the afternoon, she just starts really improving, and her blood works is basically normal now. And it's like, how? It's a miracle. It's magic. It's, it's a sign. But I think the kidneys are clear. That kidney issue was acute. It was because she hadn't eaten or drank in days, at least maybe a week. Her kidneys are fine now, so it has to be like some neurological, like, she just doesn't remember how, she doesn't know how, or something happened to her brain, I'm sure of it. But anyway, I'm gonna call to make that 48-hour, follow-up appointment tomorrow. But on the phone, I'm gonna kind of give them, I won't keep the receptionist or whoever on the phone for long, but I'd rather, instead of Wednesday, I would rather see them Tuesday, you know what I mean? And I wish I would have brought my syringes from home, at the very least, because my thought was like, okay, she's tired, she's stressed, she just kind of wants to rest, and she's glad to be home, glad to be out of there. And I'm going to give her like the day and the night to see if, okay, she's just tired. But if she doesn't eat or drink by noon tomorrow, I feel like I'm going to have to like syringe at least water in her mouth. I won't force, like, I don't know, maybe I could try to put a piece of tuna or something in her mouth, but I mean, maybe Molly has a syringe. She stuffed dogs, but maybe just to get some water in her. Something else is going on. And if I just let it go like this, she's gonna be in the same place she was. Like, they basically had her on life support, or they called it life sustaining. That's all they did for her. Like, medicine was like nausea meds and stuff like that. No, like kidney meds or, it was basically fluids, heat, life sustaining, So, I'm really interested if I know what's going on with her because, the discharge paper says for diagnosis not known, because they don't know, we don't know, but there's some underlying cause and it's in her brain. It has to be. Or nerves, which, part of, the nervous system, but something with the nerves, definitely something with the brain. I'm not a doctor. It's just, I deal with enough medical issues on my own. Like, I wouldn't call it a gift that I have. I just know a lot about medical stuff because I deal with it myself and support groups and everything. And I just know this is neurological, just from what I've seen. It has to be. And if tomorrow she doesn't eat or drink, like, she's gonna be back in the ER on IV fluids. Like, that can't happen. We have to figure out the mouth brain disconnect. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of say what was happening. She's my beautiful, figure it out or whatever if we can. I know that their opinion was that she's not suffering and she's not in pain, so, but the heat on her, I had to turn on the fan because I'm hot, but she's warm, and Anais is just there scratching and itching and napping or whatever, but hey, night. Alright, anyway, that's the little update. Okay, bye-bye.